Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we have another tier list here for Project Zomboid. I know people in comments had a couple ideas, so this is the melee weapon tier list. Now, I'm gonna try to keep this as even as possible, like in the ramifications of like this thing. So some of them will be not rated as high as they should, just because I'm trying to keep it even. So we'll see how that goes. First up, we got the fire axe. I personally like using it as a weapon. The problem is like it's much more useful to keep, like so you can get trees and stuff. So I guess I'll put it in A, and I'll put the other hatchet kind of in A also. They're good weapons to use. The hatchet is a little bit maybe B actually, but like the thing is you don't want to break them on zombies' heads because you're gonna need to use them later on. Like it's way better to use them on trees and stuff because if you can't find axes, it could get kind of dangerous later on. Next up, we have the bat with the spikes on the end of it. I personally think it's a pretty solid weapon. It's like if you're really good with the bat swings and you have like that multi hit on, you can really do some damage. I'll put it in A tier. I don't think I'd put it in S tier quite because like there's still like I don't know, the bat swings are still a little like there's a little bit of space in there where stuff can happen. Regular bat I'll put in B tier, just a little bit less potent than the nails on the bat. The guitar, me personally, I love using this weapon because it's just funny. It does take some wild swings. I'll put it in C, so like it does a lot of damage, but if you're getting swarmed, it's gonna be a bad idea. Next up, you have the hammer. I personally don't think like the hammer's like again, it's one of those things it's useful to like get some good strikes in, but like because the hammer is more important in other areas, it's probably not the best. I'll put it in C. I was gonna put it in D, but I figured actually uh, C might be better. Then you got the crowbar. I actually personally like using the crowbar. I think it has a pretty good speed to it too, and it does quite a bit of damage. It might be one of my favorite melee weapons, so I'm gonna put it in S tier. It might be everybody's, but I don't know. There's just a good like you can really get it going once you get the level up on it too. So I think the crowbar is pretty high up there, and it's pretty durable too. The golf club, kind of comically, but like it's not the greatest. You gotta bash the guy a lot. I got the hammer again. I'll probably put that in D because that hammer is a little bit less than this one. I think this one swings faster, and but this one does more damage. So it's kind of depending on what you want on it. Me personally, if I have a regular hammer, I'm trying to save that for my carpentry. Then we get this hand siphon. I never really liked the blades as much. I'm gonna put that in F tier. It's just not great. It is pretty fast, but not exactly what I would want compared to some of the other blades. The hand knife is not a huge thing. I mean, you gotta if especially at like low levels and you get a big horde, you're gonna die. You're gonna die with just a regular knife. So sadly, I'm gonna put that in F tier. The katana is S tier for me. I really like it. It's very fast and very good, especially if you can get up to like level 10. It is probably the best zombie killing weapon if you are just going with melee stuff. But and it's cool. Come on, I mean, Michelle made it so cool in Walking Dead, so you have to have it. The machete is still pretty solid. I like it in the beginning game a lot more than like what because you can get stuff way better later in the game. But I think in the beginning of the game, it's pretty solid. I'm gonna put it in B. I like it. Frying pan. Uh, honestly, doesn't do a lot of damage. I'm gonna probably put it in D. I feel like it's just not quite useful compared to some of the other ones, but if it works in the jam. The pickaxe, again, I don't think that's a great one. Um, Maybe I'll move hammer up to C and put pickaxe in D because there's some long swings and you're gonna go down. It does a massive amount of damage when you connect, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be what you want. We'll put the wrench in C. It's solid, heavy, so it's not really a great weapon to bring around because it's a little bit heavier than some of the other stuff, but not particularly the worst thing you can have. The board with spikes, I actually don't mind that one as much. It works for, especially in the beginning game. I'm gonna move some stuff around. I'm gonna move the bat up. I'll put the board with spikes in B. I'm trying to make it even, so actually maybe I'll move that one up to it. Machete. I think I'll move maybe that up to S tier, so I can put the board in in C tier, and then put the guitar in A tier, maybe. I think that's looking pretty solid. I want to make sure we keep them as even as possible, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. because some of these weapons I just like because they're funny to use. The shovel's another one that I like using a lot. Doesn't really do a lot of damage. It's fun to use, but the issue is you probably need it for other stuff like gardening and digging up places to put bodies. Do you guys like dig holes for your dead bodies and get them out of your way? I do. I don't know if anybody else does. I don't know if that's just something aesthetically that I like want to make sure I get them out because they're not supposed to be there, or if it's just one of those things that I do because I'm weird. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Spoon, obviously F tier. And then you get the wood cutting axe. That's again one of those weapons. It's not bad to use, but like you shouldn't be using it for that. I'll move the frying pan down to F. I'll move this hammer down. I'll put that up into C. It's like useful but not great. And this is only for I don't know. Is this the sledgehammer? I honestly don't remember what the sledgehammer's thing is. I'll put it in F tier if it's the sledgehammer. If I'm wrong, just tell me in the comments because I might be. Let's try to make this evened out a little bit. I guess I could put the wrench a little higher. I guess I could move the hand scythe a little higher and this there. Okay, I think that's decent. That's decent. I moved some stuff around. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna try to do some more Project Zomboid tier lists. So you got more ideas, tell me in the comments, and tell me about the body thing because I want to know if I'm weird or if it's just kind of natural for a Zomboid player to do. Until next time, it's been Japan. Bye guys.